All right, what's going on, everybody? We are now live. Now, let's talk about this next generation of consoles. I say next generation because these bad boys, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, we've got a new generation. Not really a new generation. It's been an incremental step in the next cycle of consoles. But if you're looking to upgrade from your PlayStation 4 and your Xbox One, which console? I keep getting asked this question. Yesterday I posted on Twitter that the Xbox One X is the truth, and so I wanted to talk about which console is better. My opinion, I'm going to of course show some factual information, but you guys decide based on your own decision. But before I do that, while dudes are coming into the main chat, this is live. I'm going to be announcing the giveaway sometime today for the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Pro Controller. All you got to do is to be in the runnings, become a sponsor in the month of December, and you can win this bad boy. I'm going to be announcing the winner for the homies. All right, so that's not what this video is about. Let's get to this question. Which is the better console? If you were to ask me, Obi-Wan, I'm thinking about getting, alright, I have a PlayStation 4 or I have an Xbox One. I'm thinking to sort of get a 4K upgrade. Which system should I go with? And I'm going to share my thoughts. So let the fanboy flame war ensue. There's going to be rage carnage. But let me preface everything that I'm going to say by saying this. When the new generation started, this generation started with PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and the Wii U came out all around the same time. Of course, I picked up my Wii U. I get those Nintendo consoles day one, boy. Nintendo's just that fire. And then I was gonna decide which one, because I ended up getting all three consoles. I ended up getting all of them. But which one would I get first? Out of the Xbox One and the original PlayStation 4, I picked up PlayStation 4 first. Why? Because I was looking at the games. When it comes to really both of these consoles, I like some of the exclusives on Microsoft. Halo's alright, the multiplayer. I love me Fable. Still haven't tried Fable Legends. Cuphead is good, but Cuphead, that's for this generation. But as far as Sony, I had zero interest in the PlayStation 4 exclusives. So it really came down for me, multiplayer. Which console had the best multiplayer experience outside of my Nintendo first-party games? And it was easy. PlayStation 4 was consistently running the games in 1080p, while the original Xbox was running the games 720p, 900p. Microsoft was on their TV and ESPN thing, the whole DRM controversy, and so I felt a lot more confident picking up my PlayStation 4 than I did the Xbox One. So I picked up my PlayStation 4. So if you ask me, out of the PlayStation 4 or the OG Xbox One, which console to get, I say the PlayStation 4 hands down. But that's not what this title of this video is about. Now I'm talking about upgrading to either Xbox One X or a PlayStation 4 Pro, a Pro, bro. And it's really the same thing for me. I have where's my Switch at, boy? Where's that fire? I got my Switch, and I have my unique experiences on my Switch. You can't play Splatoon anywhere else but right here. You can't play Zelda Breath of the Wild anywhere else but right here. You can't play Super Mario Odyssey anywhere else but right here. Alright? And so, I got the Switch for that. Now, I got a 4K TV. One is, because this, and to be honest, the Switch isn't getting every single multi-platform release. It hasn't been so far, so we don't know. It's still a question mark. 2018, we'll see. But case in point, if I want to play Christopher, thanks for subbing. If I want to make sure I have all of the multiplayer game, the multi-platform games that are coming out next year. Dragon Ball FighterZ is on my radar. And there's a couple games like Injustice, Gods Among Us 2 that are not on the Switch server, but that's a whole other story. It came down to which console has the better multi-platform games. And I've consistently a good website or channel to check out, Digital Foundry. They've recently done an analysis on Injustice Gods Among Us 2 running on the PlayStation 4 Pro, Xbox One X, and this isn't even my opinion. This is just factual, resolution, all the technical jargon that Digital Foundry is known for. And they've consistently said the Xbox One X version of the game is better than the PlayStation 4 Pro version of the game. It's just not even my opinion, just facts based on their analysis. Now, the thing is, pretty much every game they compare with the PlayStation 4 Pro and the Xbox One X, the games look and run better on the Xbox One X. And so for me, it was a no-brainer. I chose the Xbox One X simply because the multi-platform games are going to run better and look better on the Xbox One X. It's just a fact. The CPU is better on the Xbox One X than the PlayStation 4 Pro. The GPU, a lot better on the Xbox One X than the PlayStation 4 Pro. And so for me, I just wanted the best experience for my multiplayer games. Now, Sony could announce PlayStation 5 tomorrow coming, and the specs are a whole crazy. But right now, we got the PlayStation 4 Pro. And so, and I really think, even because the Xbox One X is such a jump, I think it's going to even be able to go toe-to-toe with whatever Sony releases on the X for the PlayStation 5 or whatnot. But this is what I say. It's just cut and dry as the games look better on the Xbox One X. This is what I say. If you're deciding on getting a PlayStation 4, look at that. It's talking about the resolution, and the resolution is high on the X. See, these are just facts. This isn't even my opinion. But if you're deciding between the two games of the two consoles, one thing you have to ask yourself, I give this to Sony, the Sony exclusives. If you're a fan of Uncharted 4, The Last Among Us, if you need to get that Spider-Man, if you're a fan of Sony's first-party games, then the PlayStation 4 Pro would probably be more up your alley. But I have zero interest in Sony's first-party games. And so if you're just going to go off of the games that are coming out on both systems, it's a no-brainer. The Xbox One X is going to always play the games better than they will on the PlayStation 4 Pro. Same reason why I bought my OG PlayStation 4 over the original Xbox One. Now, I say this. If I'm going to spend $400, because this PlayStation 4 Pro is currently $400 to get it, I might as well just cough up. If you already got 400 extra bucks, I'd say to just cough up the extra 100 and just get the X, and you'll know that the games are going to just perform better. If the one thing Sony has is if you need that Uncharted, if you need those Sony exclusives, God of War, then I'd say go with the PlayStation 4 Pro. But if you're like me and you don't care about their exclusives, then I'll say do that. Now, if you're still on the fence of whether or not you should even upgrade, part of me is saying, if you're going to buy a PlayStation 4 Pro, and you already have a PlayStation 4, you're good with the PlayStation 4. In my opinion, I don't think it's an incremental upgrade. I think with the PlayStation, if you have a PlayStation 4, I don't see the need to get a PlayStation 4 Pro for the 4K, because what everything that I'm seeing is that the 4K has been a mixed bag on the PlayStation 4 Pro, and I could be wrong. Maybe someone who actually has a PlayStation 4 Pro could help me out on that front. But in my opinion, if you already have an OG PlayStation 4, I almost say, because right now I have a PlayStation 4, and I still don't see a need to get a PlayStation 4 Pro, just based on the specs of the system. The specs are not that far off than the PlayStation 4. It's a really incremental. Whereas, and I say this, just looking at the numbers, if you look at the specs on the Xbox One X, it is a big leap over everything else right now, especially on the GPU front, the computing power, the teraflops. I think it's 12 gigabytes of RAM. It's just a beast of a system. And y'all know how I roll with Realistic Rocks. I don't care about the Realistic Rocks. Gameplay is king, but if I can get my games at 60 frames per second, I think this Injustice right now is running at a smooth 60 frames per second, and in 4K, it's a thing. It's beautiful. And so if I can get both, that's what I'd choose. So, long story short, if I had to choose between the Xbox One X and the PlayStation 4 Pro, I have to go with the Xbox One X, just because it's just a better console on every front. Just going straight hardware. I mean, and to Microsoft's credit, I'm discovering there are a lot more exclusives on Microsoft's platform that I didn't even know. I didn't even realize. I think Sea of Thieves is coming out. You got the Halo, you got the Gears, you got Cuphead. And so there are a couple. Fables Legend. I'm going to try out the Fables Legend to see what that's like. It's online multiplayer, not just traditional Fable game, but I have the game. I'm going to try it out. But long story short, the only ace in the hole the PlayStation 4 Pro has over the Xbox One are the Uncharted and those kind of games. But I've never been interested in those games. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take some questions from the main chat. That I'm going to be heading out in a second. I'll hop into the lobby if there's early, so I don't think anybody's going to be on. But I'm going to take any questions from the main chat. PC Game Boy. Injustice 2 is not 4K on Xbox One X. It's 16p. Whatever the resolution is, if you look at this analysis by Digital Foundry, that isn't my point, bro. The point is the games look better on the Xbox One X than the PlayStation 4 Pro. And to its credit, the games look similar. And so if you do get a PlayStation 4 Pro, I'm not saying, oh, you just bought a bad console. I'm saying if I'm going to spend a lot of money for a 4K system, I'm going to get the best one on the market. Better controller is down to perspective. Oh, now if y'all want to talk about controllers, I have to say this. I've never been a real big fan of Sony's controllers. Just to lay out both thumbsticks right here at the bottom. But I have to say this. The PlayStation 4 is the best PlayStation controller. The best PlayStation controller. It's comfortable. I like the trick. Just something about this controller that I like more than my PlayStation 3, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 1 controllers. This is the best PlayStation controller, but this is probably the best controller ever. One of the best controllers ever. On my Xbox 360, love the 360 controller, and this controller just improves on it in every way. Hands down, if you've played on this controller, you know what I'm talking about. Just a phenomenal controller. That's why. There's a reason why. Hit Look at how similar these two controllers are. Bro, there's a reason why Nintendo pretty much made this like a 360 controller. Because it's the best design. Because this is the best design. And so, this is just a phenomenal, great controller. You play one. Jakar Johnson says, name a PlayStation 4 exclusive that's not a 6-hour campaign that you play once and never again. Uh-oh. The fanboys, the flame war's coming. I knew it was coming. Life the main chat only. It's not that big of a difference between. Alabama Jones is saying, it's not that big of a difference between the Pro and X. Most of the third-party games are going to look the same. Only beats you see a difference is if you zoom in like 300 times. That's a fair point, and I say that most of the games are going to look pretty much the same. But I just know it was the same thing with me and the PlayStation. When the first PlayStation 4 came out and the first Xbox One came out, the reason why I chose the PlayStation 4, even though the games probably look the same, I just knew in the back of my mind the better game is on the PlayStation 4. And so it's the same rationale now with the Pro and the X. I just know in my back of my mind, yeah, they look the same, but I know, at least I know I have the better game running for me on this system. So if you have a PlayStation 4 Pro, that's still cool. Come on, Baron, you can't be serious. Shadow of Colossus. All right, Cortland Robinson named Shadow of Colossus, God of War, Uncharted series, Days Gone, Last of Us 2, Spider-Man. Come on, Obi-Wan, you can't be serious. Bro, the only game that you listed that I'm interested in is God of War. God of War and Ratchet and Clank. Those are the only two Sony exclusives that I've enjoyed. I've beaten Last of Us, the first Last of Us, cool game. But I don't ever see myself going back to play it, and didn't really pull me, and I beat it just because I was like, man, I spent $60 on this game. I'm gonna play it to the end. It was cool. I like it was a cool twist on the ending too, but never been my cup of tea. When it comes to exclusives, it's Nintendo, bro. All right. PlayStation 4 has Crash Bandicoot. Never been a fan of Crash Bandicoot. That's the reason it's slightly better than the Xbox. But Xbox has Banjo. Yeah, they need to come out with a new Banjo and Kazooie, bro. That'll be hype. That'll be hype. We got Cuphead. We got Super Lucky Tales. Super Lucky Tales is not it. It's an average game at best. I love the Little Big Planet games. PC Game Boy, I have to say this with Little Big Planet games. I've had a love-hate relationship with the game. I like the art style, but the controllers, the control in those games always felt floaty and not as precise as like a Mario platform or something like that. And so I've never been a real big fan of the Little Big Planet series. They're cool, but no. Is this an actual question? Of course the Xbox One is better, literally in every possible way. Muhammad Alavi, I would say that in almost every way. Like I said, the only ace in the hole I give Sony are some of their exclusives. But when it comes down to like multi-platform game, like right here, this is Spider-Man. Spider-Man is gonna look cool. That's an exclusive. But other than that, man, I don't know. Xbox boys, ha ha ha. X gonna give it to you. I see Alpha Star. All right, dudes. I'm probably gonna be heading out. Just wanted to share my thoughts. If you're deciding which two to pick up, if you like Sony's exclusives and you need to have those exclusives, get the PlayStation 4 Pro. But if you just want the best 4K console on the market, the Xbox One X is just better in every way. We got that Killer Instinct too. I still need to learn how to play Killer Instinct. I'm so on that. Comes out Florida, I can agree with that. Yeah. I never the controls are the only thing that I never really liked in the Little Big Planet game. And that's a big thing. In a platformer, controls are big. All right. But Obi-Wan, one thing we see eye to eye on is that Switch is a fire. Yeah, the Switch is that fire, bro. The Switch is that fire. All right. PC plus Switch. I feel you. All right, dudes. That's it for this video. What are your thoughts? Which console would you pick up? Sound off in the comment section below. That's the beautiful thing about gaming. Your choice, your opinion. Choose what you want. Alright, dudes. I'll see you dudes later. We out. Boy.